Just her level of engagement is incredible with students. You can see her passion, her love for kids just shine. Um, Her depth of knowledge with curriculum and literature just comes out. So every conversation, every lesson has so many different integrated components to it that kids, without them even knowing it, are learning so much of the content.
She's very straightforward, but at the same time, she's willing to do a patchwork of a day. Like, if we're doing 10 assignments at once, which she would never do because she's an amazing teacher, she really integrates classes well. Like, she really makes it seem like everything's happening at once, but also not like everything's happening at once. She's an amazing teacher. She makes me feel like almost I'm not stuck in a classroom for 7 hours a day.
She's really sweet, she's kind, and she puts like her all into our class. Like, I don't think I've ever met a teacher who has like such a connection with kids, but she's really nice, and her class is really fun to be in for I think like everybody in there, and she cares about all of us a lot.
I think sixth graders need unique. I think they need different. I think they need a little out of the box, because sixth grade tweens is naturally the age where nobody's normal. So I throw myself in that mix too and say, okay, let's all be unique. Let's all be weird. Let's roll with it. So let's do the weird talk. Let's be ourselves in this room. So I try and just use that wave of tweenishness to make the classroom fun, joyful, suited to the students' needs, and that looks different every single year. And I'm really passionate about reading and writing, super passionate. I want to make lifelong readers, lifelong writers. I want students to love those things. But teaching's about the students, and so teach the student first and the subject second.
Sixth grade, sometimes I think a lot of adults will say sixth grade was a hard time for me. I didn't really like middle school. So this is kind of their introduction to middle school. But to have Mrs. McDonald as their teacher really makes it a magical experience. So my daughter's in sixth grade this year, so she gets that experience to be a part of Carmel's class.
She cares more about you than she does about the curriculum. Of course, she's an amazing teacher. She makes sure you know the curriculum. She really does. But if you're having a hard time and she notices that, she's not just gonna be like, oh, well, that's how kids are. She's gonna make sure that you are doing good. Like, she's gonna make sure that you're not depressed or anxious or anything.
Carmel has kind of her two strengths, our relational capacity with kids and then understanding the content deeply and all the prerequisite skills that kids need to get up to a sixth grade content level. She does a lot of that approach through writing. So one of the neat things that Carmel does is really give kids voice. So if a kid has voice in the classroom, and that's really through their story, oftentimes through a narrative text that they're able to write to share what they are, passionate about, or maybe their past. They're able to do that, and then with that, Carmel is able to kind of look at what skills they need to build off of.
What I look forward to for the rest of the year, for next year in the future, is creating a joyful place for the students, a stable place for the students, and a peaceful place for the students. And sixth grade is not known for being peaceful. It's quite adventurous, would be one way to say it. But if I could envision the future, it is that I can hopefully create that stable place where the students can count on the fact that they will be cared for and it will be stable for them.